Hello everyone. Feed your mind with positive thoughts and attract great things into your life. A very good morning and a warm welcome. As we move on to the last week of the month, we would be dealing with last module as well, and that is fundraising and management. Myself, Antrina Susan Melvin, your mentor for this session, and we'll be dealing with management. So let's get started. So let's look into our learning objectives. They are starting a business, working on a startup, reasons for getting into a startup for a job, different roles at a startup. Let's view the objectives in detail on the upcoming slides. Now let's move on to the first topic, that is starting of a business. When I say starting of a business, what do you actually mean by starting of a business? Well, starting of a business in general terms means creating a new business or creating a new venture. In your previous sessions, you might have learned a few basic concepts like idea generation, business model, pricing strategy, and also marketing strategy, isn't it? Similarly, starting of a business in an entrepreneur's viewpoint means activities that are related to organizing the organization, generation of ideas, business plan, etc. A few points that should be kept in mind by every entrepreneur while setting a business is that conducting a market research, make a business plan, secure fund or capital investment, spot a location, find a partner. Conducting a market research is a necessity. Why? Because this is a process that helps us understand the behavior of a market. Making a business plan. A business plan is a document that contains the goals of a business and the methods to attain the goal. Secure fund or capital investment. It is a capital investment that is made or that is required for the startup of a business. Spot a location. Selecting a location that is suitable for your startup. Find a partner. Selecting a suitable partner for working along of the smooth functioning or the smooth running of the business. In the following slide, we'll be looking upon a few more points. A few more points to be considered are selecting a mentor, building up a business structure, choose a perfect name, prepare for any contingencies, registration. Selecting a mentor basically means to select an experienced, skillful, knowledgeable person in order to guide through the process of starting a business. Building up of business structure refers to a structure that gives the right balance of legal protection and benefits to the business. Choose a perfect name. Choosing a perfect name is to select a name that best describes your business and also make sure that the name that you choose for your business does not exist in the market. Prepare for any contingency, meaning to create a backup plan that is set aside to overcome any unexpected risk in the business. Registration. Registration is a must for the legal sustenance of the business in the market. There is a correlation of the points to be considered for starting a business with that of a real life situation of planning for a tour. That is, first step, market research. This will be correlated with that of searching for a destination to spend your holidays. Secondly, making a business plan, which will be correlated as planning how to spend your trip. Thirdly, secure fund or capital investment, which will be correlated as collecting fund for the trip. Fourth, spot a location, which is correlated as the selected destination for your trip. Fifth, find a partner, which will be correlated as choosing your friends to be your partners or the family to accompany you for the tour. Sixth, selecting a mentor, which will be correlated as selecting the best travel guide for your travel. Seventh, build up a business structure. This will be correlated as the travel insurance document or the health insurance document that a traveler keeps with him. Eighth, choose a perfect name. This can be related to as a name that is given by the traveler to his travel. For example, spending winter vacation at Dubai. Ninth, prepare for any contingencies, which is related to as the backup plan for changing the destination due to unfavorable conditions. 10th, and the last point, registration. This will be correlated as registering or booking of your tickets to the selected destination. I hope you're clear with the first topic, starting of a business. Now, let's move on to our second topic, that is working on a startup. Now, let's move on to our second topic, working on a startup. Working on a startup means that it helps to create a platform to explore yourself into the field of entrepreneurship. This also creates a career growth and a strong leadership quality. Now, let's move on to the advantages or the pros of working on a startup. The first advantage of working on a startup is that employees work without supervision. Through this, the employees make smart decisions and take responsibilities for the consequences. The second advantage, it's a unique experience and can learn a lot. The chances of steep progression motivates them to perform well, which gives them a unique experience. Working without supervision helps the employees to work together in team spirit, grabbing the opportunities to learn and grow responsibly. The third advantage is innovation. The employees have the license to show off their brilliance. These ideas of the employees can be put together and can bring in a new good innovation plan that captures the consumer interest. The fourth advantage, the perks. Money isn't the only one, but plenty other perks keeps the employees happy. Flexible working hours, working from home, a casual atmosphere, free food, employee discount, free services, gym and other health facilities are few such perks that helps the employees to be happy. Last advantage, job satisfaction. Employees share in the birth, growth and success of the company, makes them feel proud for their contribution, which gives job satisfaction to the employees. On the next slide, we'll be discussing the limitations of working on a startup. Let's now look into the limitations of working on a startup. The limitations are namely, you don't earn much, job security and stability is at stake, heavy workloads. The first limitation, you don't earn much. Reasons for not earning much is that the investors are not ready to give huge salaries on aspiring entrepreneurs, whereas they pump funds into operating cost, product development, and for the growth of the customer base. Usually, the startups provide lower salaries with comparison to the traditional companies. Second limitation, job security or job stability is at stake. Lack of a strong mentor, threats of technological advancements, and new inventions are the reasons for stake in job security and job stability of the employees. The third limitation, heavy workloads. Job insecurity, financial problems, and other competitive market may force the employees to take up heavy workloads. Stress related to these workloads make the employees lose their motivation, engage in conflicts, have difficulty in completing their tasks on correct time. Now, it is the responsibility of young entrepreneurs like you to look into these limitations and transfer them into advantages of working on a startup while starting a new business. Now, let's move on to the next topic, that is, reasons for getting into a startup for a job. The third topic to be discussed is reasons for getting into a startup for a job. The reasons are namely loads of opportunities, pioneering mindset of innovative people. You will be challenged, but your work will be recognized. Lively work environment. Responsibilities are more, but you learn more. The first reason is loads of opportunities. When we say loads of opportunities, what we actually mean is gaining or attaining opportunities to grow. The employees in a startup may not be paid as much as a traditional company. However, there are other benefits too. Some of these are incentives and attaining new skills while doing various tasks. Gaining that experience will compensate any low payment made to the employees. The second reason, pioneering mindset of innovative people. It has been observed that people who take risk to start a new business are high on ideas and welcome any kind of crazy perspective too. This would lead to exploring more and ultimately be innovative. The third reason, you will be challenged, but your work will be recognized. It is hard to ignore a person who is doing a good job because it is very much visible. However, you should be careful of your mistakes as it is noted too, which creates a challenge. Whereas, efficient work is appreciated by giving the work recognition. By noting the mistakes, the startup helps the employees to strive for perfection. The fourth reason, lively work environment. The excitement of working with people you like will make solving issues easier because you can always walk up to the person and have a one-on-one discussion. The last reason, responsibilities are more, but you can learn more. Working in a startup means you are an important member of a small team. The unique way in which you approach and solve a problem will be definitely noted. A startup has less people, so everybody's role is important, which makes the responsibilities more. With that, we come to the end of reasons for getting into a startup for a job. Now, let's move on to the next topic, and that is different roles at a startup. The different roles of a startup are operations person, marketing jack of all trades, salesperson, product manager. Now, let's look upon each of these roles in detail. The first role at a startup, operations person. Operations management is an area of management concerned with designing and controlling the process of production and redesigning business operations in the production of goods or services. A person who deals with the operation management is known as an operations person or an operations manager. The duties and responsibilities of an operations person are process design, employee operations, finance, business relationships, daily operations. Let's view each of these duties and responsibilities in detail. First, process design. It is the responsibility of operation person for designing the business process and systems that support continuous operations of the startup. Second, employees operation. The operations person should make sure that every employee is trained well to perform or to complete the required operations process independently. Third, finance. The operations manager also ensures to check on the financial and accounting matters of the business. Fourth, business relationships. It is a must that the operations person should keep favorable business relationships for the existence of the business in the market. Fifth, daily operations. Operations person is responsible for ensuring continuous operations throughout the company on a daily basis through a close supervision on teams and individuals. Hoping the operations person is clear to all. Now, let's move on to the second role of startup, the marketing jack of all trades. The second role of startup, marketing jack of all trades. What do you actually mean by the phrase jack of all trades? Well, jack of all trades means that a person has the ability to do passable work at various tasks, or in other terms, versatile person. The responsibilities are namely email marketing, web design, management of paid budget, experience in events, branding and PR. The first responsibility, email marketing. The marketer should be capable of marketing through emails, and he should also be able to drive the salesperson through the successful campaigns. The second responsibility, web design. It's the duty of a company to give accurate information on the website regarding the company to the customers and the investors. The third responsibility, management of paid budget. The manager will be responsible for managing PPC and other paid advertisements. PPC means pay per click, which is a model of internet marketing in which advertisers pay a fee for each time an ad is clicked. The fourth responsibility, experience in events. The marketer needs to make the company look good and attractive during public appearance through designing promotional materials and managing all event details to attract the customers. The last responsibility, branding and PR. The marketer should have some experience in building partnership and relationship to boost your brand. In this way, branding and PR or public relation works hand in hand. Next, we move on to a third role, that is salesperson. The third role of a startup, salesperson. As we all know, a salesperson is the one who deals with the sales management of a startup. The reasons for the need of a salesperson is because every startup is going to need someone who knows how to efficiently manage high-level sales that increases the stature of the business. The responsibilities of a salesperson are prospect hunting, pipeline management, sales calls, or system setup. Let's now view the responsibilities in detail. Firstly, prospect hunting. This is the first and the most important process because it involves identifying potential customers, developing a database of prospectus, and then communicating them to the customers for converting the goals into action. Next is the pipeline management. It is the visual representation of tracking and management of every sales opportunities through every stages to a successful revenue producing contract. The last responsibility, sales calls or system setup. A salesperson will be the one testing the product's performance in the open market during a sales call. A pre-arranged face-to-face meeting between a customer and a salesperson is known as a sales call. I hope you're clear with the 3 roles of a startup discussed here. Now, I move on to the last role, and that is product manager. The last role of a startup is the product manager. A product manager is a professional role that is responsible for the development of products in a startup. The responsibilities or duties of a product manager are creating product, perfecting products, identifying market gaps and opportunities. The first duty is creating product. It is the responsibility of a product manager to develop, produce, or to create a new product that is to be sold in the market. The second duty, perfecting products. Every product will have its own glitches. The product manager would introduce and implement improvements on the original product design. The third duty, identifying market gaps and opportunities. It is the responsibility of the product manager to grasp the opportunities to create a competitive spirit among the startup for its existence in the market. And with that, we come to the end of this slide. Now, let's recall the topics we have studied under management. So now let's recall the topics covered under management. They are mainly 4 topics, and they are: first, starting a business, where we discussed the meaning and the points to be remembered while starting a business. And the points are: market research should be conducted, making a business plan, secure fund or capital investment, spot a location, find a partner, selecting a mentor, building a business structure, choose a perfect name, prepare for any contingencies, and registration. Second, working on a startup, where we overviewed the meaning, advantages, as well as the limitations of working on a startup. Now let's see the advantages or the pros of working on a startup. And they are: employees working without supervision. It's a unique experience and can learn a lot. Innovation, the perks, job satisfaction. And the limitations are: you don't earn much, job security and stability is at stake, heavy workloads. Third, reasons for getting into a startup for a job, where we looked upon the reasons to get into a startup. And they are: loads of opportunities, pioneering mindset of innovative people. You will be challenged, but your work will be recognized. Lively work environment. Responsibilities are more, but you learn more. And the last topic, different roles at a startup, where we dealt with 4 roles along with their duties and responsibilities. And they are: operations person, marketing jack of all trades, salesperson, product manager. And with that, we come to the end of this session. Thank you.